My name's Emil. I'm a digital strategist and I answer marketing questions. Today's question is about Facebook ads and it's about what happens when no sales are coming through. And this is from Reddit. And by competitive sale, he said, need help with Facebook ads. I've been struggling to see sales from my ad for months now. I've seen so many strategies like $100 3-day ad sets, using broader targeting instead of lookalike audiences, and much more. For budget, I'm willing to do $15 to $30 per day. Any tips? So I get this, clients ask me this question, prospective clients ask me this question, and they always want to know, what's the problem with our ads? Why aren't they working? And this is how I approach it. I approach it as a whole picture problem, and where I start diagnosing what the problem is. You have to look at every aspect that's involved, not an isolated item like just the ad or the ad set or the targeting, because there are too many assumptions being made that everything else is right. So let me walk you through what my process is when I'm diagnosing. So we'll start right within Facebook ads and we'll take a look at all the components that will determine the success or failure of an ad specifically. So creative. Are you using an image or are you using a video? If you're using video, are you using subtitles? And does the creative clearly outline the product or service? Or is it a scroll stopper? Does it get me to stop and clearly understand what you're offering? The ad copy itself, does it corroborate what I saw in the creative? Does it get me closer to understanding how this benefits or helps me or can solve a problem for me? And does it give me a clear next call to action that's loudly understood? From there, the targeting itself. Am I targeting just cold top of funnel audience and expecting a result, or am I using a awareness campaign followed by video view campaign followed by engagement campaign, and then getting people who are receptive to all of those into a conversion campaign? Or are we just running straight conversions? And are we segmenting by audience, age, interest groups, broad? And in this case, I know it's broad and lookalike audiences have been on discussion. Lookalike audiences are just falling apart left and right in Facebook as of right now, but the targeting is just one component, and what part of the funnel are you targeting is another component. And then the historical data on the account. Are we comparing this to success from other campaigns that have been run, or is this so new that there isn't enough historical data to inform us for what's good or bad? So that's the first area that I look at. But then, if everything's great there, we're driving traffic to a landing page. I see so many accounts fall apart at the landing page stage, and I'll walk you through what I'm looking for when I get to the landing page. I'm going to first jump into the technical. How are load times? Are they sub 3 seconds? Sub 3 second load times at any campaign level, whether you're new, you have an established business, or you're rocking and rolling and just have high return on spend on Facebook. Load times need to be 3 seconds or less. It's sub 3 second is ideal, and that's what I shoot for every project. Super critical for conversions. Number two, the mobile experience. Just yesterday, a client of mine, we saw a large abandonment rate for their cart. We had 6 to 7% add to cart and 1.2% checking out. It just didn't make sense. And Shopify had an update, and one of the updates affected how the cart system worked. And what happened was, when you added to cart on a mobile, it would pop out, and then if you hit the X to close the cart, it actually closed the entire page and removed the product from the cart. So we were able to diagnose that mobile experience was radically different than the desktop experience, and it killed our conversions until we caught it. So does it scroll smooth? Does it make sense where the buttons are? And then, are you following best practices? Are we showing images properly sized? Are we giving enough room for the margins? Is it going to work on the most popular phones? So many times I see optimized pages, but they're not optimized for the most popular devices. They're optimized for the device that the creator was using. So it was a Pixel 4, and it looks beautiful on a Pixel 4, but you go to a iPhone 10 or iPhone 12 or iPhone 13, and it's just wonky sizes. So that's what I'm going to look for. Then the aesthetic. Does it match what the service or offer is? Does it look modern, and does it look trustworthy? So often, just the aesthetic will tell you whether or not this is a spammy site. So does it look spammy? Does it look like somewhere I want to spend money with? And of course, the layout. Are you logically showing me the features and benefits of your product or service and how to engage with you and why I need this in a clearly understood way? Or is it just like, here it is, take it or leave it? And layout is so critical to user behavior. I've seen thousands and thousands of heat maps and screen recordings where small layout changes dramatically impact user understanding. Because at the end, we don't want to confuse the people who landed on the page. And then finally, the offer and the what's going on the market right now, right? This is never to be understated. This is so critical for the success of an ad. Does the product make sense? Is it a new product? Is it something people need to be educated on? Is it an existing product? Is it a niche product? Is it a commodity product? And how are we priced compared to our competition? Are we high? Are we low? And can we justify the pricing? What is our positioning? Do we have free shipping? Are we an established company? Are we a brand new company offering a brand new product? Are we drop shipping from China? All of these, are we positioned as a brand name to sell this or just another person selling this? This matters to the consumer. Is it a seasonal product? And it could be seasonal, whether fall, autumn, spring, summer, or it could be seasonal as in just fads. Are we selling a product that had its time and now it's dying? And then what is the available market size? What should my expected close ratio be compared to how wide the market is right now? And then finally, is this a trustworthy website? Do people trust being on it? Has my company given them a reason to be have any issues with the landing page, with the ad copy, misspellings? Is there any issues that will say I shouldn't order from here? Great example is a company that followed all these steps. My wife ordered a Squid Games costume for my daughter and herself, and the shipping said we'll ship within the next 2 to 3 days, and we were like, perfect. And they said they were a U.S. company, perfect. We ordered it, and sure enough, it was drop shipped from China, and there's no communication. And then you do that enough to people on Facebook, suddenly all of these users will get a Facebook message saying, hey, we'd like you to review your experience with the X company, and all of us say something negative. You don't get to see that. Suddenly Facebook starts suppressing your ad, or even worse, stop showing your ad. So there's a lot of components there. And this is the whole picture that I have to look at when I'm looking at what are the next steps for diagnosing an ad. It's rarely just on the Facebook side. It's quite often somewhere along this line, multiple things are out of whack. So I hope that makes sense. Here's my next steps if I were to tackle your account, and this is what I would do. First, I would test ads. Is my CTR above 1.5% to 2%? That's the number I'm going to search for on Facebook, because if it is, you're well above the average of 0.8%, and that's engaging. And are people liking, sharing, saving, commenting on it? That'll let me know how well the ad is performing and what my CPA and CPM is going to be. Analytics on the page. Now, after that, I'm going to look at all my traffic that's coming to my website through Google Analytics and take a look. What is my bounce rate? What is the average session time? How many pages are people visiting? Where are they? What scroll depth are they getting to? I'm just going to make sure that they're not just getting to the page and jumping off. And if they are getting to the page and jumping off, where, why, how, and when? Answer some of those questions. And then I'm going to look at comp and Google Trends. Are there other people that are selling my product? Do they have an established market base? And am I priced correctly? I'll give you a great example of something that most marketers that's been around for a while can show you. This is fidget spinners. In the last 5 years, this is all the traffic in fidget spinners. So in Google Trends, you type in your product and you'll see the search volume for it. What I love about this is there was a time to get into fidget spinners right around here, right? Right here is the optimal time to get into fidget spinners. Right here is the best time for like a really, really, really fast in and out strategy. But there were people getting into fidget spinners here, here, and here. And they were experiencing issues across the board in shopping, Amazon, Facebook, where sales were declining. They weren't getting conversions. And it wasn't the fact that anything was wrong. It was just that the market didn't care anymore. There was people diving out of it. It just wasn't interesting enough. So these are some of the questions I'd be asking around the product. I hope this has helped. I hope maybe gave you some areas to look at to diagnose your own problems, and would really appreciate if you subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Again, everyone have a phenomenal day and happy marketing.